Okay, good morning. You know who I am. I'm Ian Clements from Shearwater Insurance, insurance broker. We have an office in Waltham Cross. I brought John with me today to get me involved in networking. It was actually quite fortuitous that today is my 10 minutes. I was thinking about last week to do this, but we just come back from YBC and John made a very valid point that he wanted to stay in the office that week purely because to do catch up. So today, I'm going to just talk to you about why do you need an insurance broker? Because everyone in this room is more than capable of arranging their own insurance. You can arrange your own car insurance, you can do your own home insurance, you can arrange your own professional indemnity insurance, depending on what the occupation is, and so on and so on. As far as we're concerned at Shearwater, are we the cheapest brokers in town? No, we're not. Are we good? I think we are. Purely because I'm biased to say that, but the reason why I say that we're good is that we can give independent advice free of charge. Whether you do a policy with Shearwater or you decide to actually go down the route of underwriting a policy yourself. The advantage by coming to Shearwater is we have professional indemnity insurance. So if we make a mistake, you can sue us if you can prove that we are negligent. If you go online and you arrange your own car insurance or you do your own home insurance and you give the wrong information, not saying you blatantly done it, but if you forgot to tick a certain box, forgot to ask a certain question correctly, the onus is on you. And the first thing the insurance company will turn around and say, you made a mistake. Now, arguably, you can go back to them and say, look, it was a generous day. I forgot to maybe disclose I had a conviction on my licence for speeding 4 years ago, when you've got to disclose that, have you had any convictions on your licence in the last 5 years? Have you had any accidents, whether it's fault or non-fault? Someone can say, well, I've been hit whilst parked. Is that an accident? Well, it is if you've claimed off your insurance, so it's a loss. So some people get mixed up, have I had an accident or have I had a loss? They're both the same. So when you're doing it yourself, the onus is on you. None of you in this room have your own indemnity insurance to protect you when you do something online. You will have professional indemnity as an independent financial advisor. But if you go online and you go to Admiral and you make a mistake, your PI is not going to pick that up. Same for you as a dentist. Would you go, if you take Ash for argument's sake, I've been to Ash for going for many, many years. Will I actually try and pull out a tooth myself? No, I wouldn't. I go to somebody who can actually do it correctly, which is the reason why as Shearwater has been trading since 1992. Thank you. Thank you. I wasn't too sure if it was 1 or 2. Thanks, Nicola. You can be my PA anytime, darling. And we do have a wealth of experience. We have equine-related business. We have commercial insurance. We do motor insurance, home insurance, and many other products as well. We do pet insurance. We do travel insurance. We do corporate travel insurance. We actually do excess waiver insurance, which I discussed earlier. We also cover landlords insurance in respect of emergency breakdown. So there's many aspects of the policies that we can do. 2 important things with Shearwater. It's one, if you have a claim, you actually want to be put back in the position that you were prior to that loss. That's what insurance is all about. Okay, so if you have a claim for a flood, you want to be reimbursed. We have an in-house claims department. That's headed up by a lady called Andrea. She is so good at her job, she takes insurance companies to task. Now, John knows how many times I'm called up to sit down with Andrea to resolve a claim when it's on commercial side. But if we get the client paid, it's good for us because we prove that the service that we give, it's all very well charging a premium, whether it's £200, whether it's £10,000. We only earn our commission out of it. But we've always gone the extra mile to make sure that the client is looked after. There's a few other things that we do as well. One of them is that we have this new policy because most of you know that Shearwater was acquired by a company called GRP, which is Global Risk Partners, in February. So we're coming up to the anniversary first year, and they have changed so many things, the way that we do things, compliance, bringing additional items into the business. And now everything we do has to go through their markets. The reason why we go through their markets is because we get enhanced commissions. When a private equity company buys a business, they only buy it for one reason. Okay, it's not for a joyride, it's for them to make money. So one of the schemes only just one of the schemes is working out how do you value a buildings insurance. Now most people have a house, a flat, have property owners as well, in respect if they lease a property or if they actually own the property and rent it out. How do you know what is the correct value to insure the property? Now, if we took your own personal buildings insurance, the rule of thumb always has been 75% of what that property is worth to sell. So it's quite easy to work that one out. Now, there's been a survey carried out that at least 90% of commercial properties in Britain are either over or underinsured. Now, if you're overinsured, the pitfall is you're paying far too much money. If you're underinsured, you are severely at risk in the event of a claim that the insurance company can actually not so much refuse to pay you out, but your claim will be assessed by the value what you insured it for. Now, we've had a claim recently where a client of ours was £4 million, a lot of money, over a whole portfolio, underinsured. And the claim was assessed based on the correct value. So they had to go out, increase their value of their buildings. So what we've arranged with this company is that they will go out and, they don't go out, they do everything on a laptop, Google it, see the property via that and give you a quotation to what your property should be worth. So the two things about this is that more than 70% of the UK cover less than 2/3 of their correct building costs. Now 2/3 is a lot to be underinsured by. But the problem is the onus is on you. People ring us up and say to me, I want to insure my property. So we take home insurance for argument's sake. We have a blanket policy where you can insure it for £1 million and get 75,000 contents cover. Makes it simple. But why is there somebody who's got a one-bedroom house, whose house is nowhere near the £1 million, pay a premium based on that? Somebody who's got a property worth £750,000, it's worthwhile doing. Premiums are very competitive, but the onus, as I said, is on you, is on you to insure the property correctly. So the markets that we've got through this organisation of GRP can help you value your property. It's not expensive to start off about £300, but if you've got a £100,000 property, to me, I wouldn't recommend it. If you've got a high net worth policy where you've got a £1 million building and it's your own home and you've got £150,000 worth of contents, you've also got jewellery as well. These people are the ones for you to actually approach, and they will give you a value. Now, they're part of the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, so if they gave you a wrong figure and your insurance company says, sorry, you're incorrect, they have professional indemnity insurance. So it's basically a comeback that you can go through them. Something else, Admiral Insurance. I approached Admiral to get a car quote for my wife's car, purely because there were schemes that we got at Shearwater. I just thought I'll look around. I gave them all the information over the phone, online, rang them up. And when I went over at them again, they said to me, you left a driver. I said, no, I didn't. I said, I want you to listen to the call that I made. And they did call me back. They said, oh yes, our system deleted it by mistake. Now, if I didn't double check it, because as he knows, I do double check quite a lot, but I'd rather be safe than sorry by checking it. It's like what we do at the office. We check things, just to make sure it's right, because the buck stops with us, whichever way we look at it. So as a broker, we believe that we can actually look after our clients. We do go the extra mile, and we will give you a policy which we believe is tailored for your needs. We're not going to sell you something which we don't think you need. There's no point, because at the end of the day, the first thing someone can turn around and say to us is that you've missold us a policy. And it's well known in the financial industry, as well as being as a general insurance broker. So just to recap, Why deal with us? We're good at what we do. There's people in our company who know what they're talking about. John's been with me now quite a few years. He's now my assistant manager. I trust him. If he's in doubt, he'll ask. And there's one thing he knows is never assume. If you're uncertain, we're like doctors. We know a little about a lot. If we're uncertain, we'll go to an underwriter and ask them. And that's the idea of dealing with a broker. I can't really think of anything else to say, but thank you for listening to me. And if you've got any questions, I'm here to answer them. So thank you very much. Q&As.
Any questions for you?
Go for it.
Okay.
Claims you have to obviously declare on car insurance.
Correct.
Windscreen repairs? Repair that?
To be honest with you, a windscreen repair, I believe that you should advise them of it.
Yeah.
Okay, better be safe than sorry. It will not affect your policy because you just get that cover as standard on comprehensive. But also with windscreen cover, check with some insurers, if they can repair the windscreen rather than replace it, your excess is only about 20 quid. If you have a windscreen, it could be £100, £75. But it's worth just, as I said, I've always said to everybody, if you have a policy, read it. Because most people get a policy, put it in a drawer, and when they have a claim and we have to say to them, I'm sorry, you're not covered for that. They say, well, why do you not tell me? Well, it's in your policy. You know, we cannot go through everything. But that is why I said, as a broker, we will help you, we will guide you, and we'll hold your hand in the event of a claim.